in our service where we close our eyes to the outer and turn our attention inward. Within our body, we experience love. Every thought, love. What does that mean to me? Every touch, love. Every movement, love. Every breath, love. In the flow of the highest vibration possible that starts within us as we open up. Let go of all other thoughts other than love. With every breath, peace. I feel the indwelling peace of my soul here and now with every breath. With every touch, I am calmed, centered, and feeling the peace. Every movement I make is filled with peace. And I allow that flow to move through me now. In the midst of anything, there is God. In the midst of everything, there is God. And we are God with skin on. And we know our connection with the universal one through the experience of joy. With every breath, joy. With every thought, joy. With every touch, joy. And I allow joy to flow through me now as I sit in the silence and listen for my next step. Turn our awareness to this sanctuary we have created, to the lives we've touched online. We affirm together, I am love. I am love. I am peace. I am peace. I am joy. I am joy. And this is the truth we express into this day in order to transform ourselves, everyone we come in touch with, and the world we live in, and the planet we share. So we let it be. Amen. Okay. I just want to see you dance the rest of the service. Oh my gosh. Okay, so all you perspective, yeah, will you do that, Pete? I requested some special music because we can't sing enough. Yeah, I pulled a last minute on him. Hosanna, hey, Hosanna, Hosanna. Ye see you're all right by me. Superstar. Hosanna, 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 hey, Hosanna, Hosanna. Did you see JC ride me? Now Hosanna, high, Hosanna, star. Yay! I have been singing Jesus Christ Superstar all week long. It just brought so many great memories. 1970. Yeah, baby, 1970. And what a profound, it brought me into a sense of relationship with Jesus. Elder brother, way shower, superstar, but so am I. And so are you. So that's the message we want to hold in our hearts. Palm Sunday, a time of celebration of woohoo! Yeah, Holy Week for Christianity begins. And think where it ends. So on our journey, our hero's journey, we will have many opportunities to get up on the cross. And we also have opportunity to resurrect again. So I want to dedicate this service to an amazing woman that I never got a chance to meet, but who touched my heart through her daughter. Lynn Weber's mother, Hazel, passed on at 5:30 this morning. She was a delight, had a marvelous sense of humor. In fact, she said, "I'm too old for all this shit." And Lynn, wasn't she 103? Wasn't she 103? 2, okay. Well done, well done, well done. Now I'm going to give you a teaching moment about grief. Don't run up to Lynn and give her an affirmation. Don't say she's in a better place. Don't say all those platitudes, because right now, Lynn's kind of in shock. So what we want to do with Lynn is we want to honor the fact that this is a sacred journey, that it has sadness and gladness, it has all of it in there, but we don't have to come up with the perfect thing to say. In fact, we can't. So don't be wasting your thoughts thinking about what you're going to say to Lynn, unless you say, "I'm sorry for your loss. Unless you just touch her and say, I love you during this tender time. But this isn't a time for your brilliance. It's a time for your empathy and compassion. All right? So I'm even going to start with a joke. I won't do this very often. And you'll probably pray not. But the Sunday school teacher said to her class, do you know what happens between Palm Sunday and Easter? And one little girl said, I know. She said, what? And she said, Jesus was born in a manger and got gifts from a wise man, and love was spread all around. And the teacher said, that's wonderful, but that's called Christmas. And a little boy said, I know what it is. It's where we celebrate and have parades, and at night we light off fireworks. And the teacher said, well, that's good too, but we call that the 4th of July. And so a third child said, I know what it is. It's when Jesus goes into the tomb and a flash of lightning happens and the stone is rolled away and a great hole forms in the earth. And Jesus comes out of the hole and looks to his left and looks to his right. And if he sees his shadow, 6 more weeks of winter. So in the delight that we have in community together, knowing that it's connection that keeps us bouncing back here, knowing we're a community that inspires and celebrates and teaches and serves, we look at the message of Palm Sunday. So do you know the historical part about it? You'll hear Carla's version. It's not written down in any book. You'll probably never hear another minister repeat it. But which direction do I choose to go in comes from the idea that on Palm Sunday, the wall around Jerusalem had different gates you could come in. And so we know with the story of Jesus and the disciples, he rode in on a donkey, very humble, very gentle, very loving, very peace-filled. The east gate. On the west gate, in came the Roman soldiers, Pilate's men, because Rome always showed up when there was a big Jewish gathering because they wanted to prove, hey, we're the ones in power. So the general comes in on a white horse, leather polished, brass reflecting light, shields reflecting the light too, saying, I am the power over you. So the dichotomy of the two parades is evident. Now, the Roman Empire wanted to prove that they had all the power. The Pharisees wanted to be the 1% that catered to the power, and therefore it was transferred onto them. Jesus said, no. Our way is a way of love, of service, of forgiveness. This is the way we use the letter of the law. And so the Jewish people in Jerusalem, being persecuted for so long, this is during Passover, so in Passover they're celebrating freedom. Well, what's so free about the time then? They're still being persecuted. They're still being enslaved to a power that is not found within them. And Jesus comes and says, the kingdom of God is within you. Now, what they wanted him to say in the human experience is, I'll save you. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about a thing. I've got you covered. See, I said you wouldn't find it in any book. But that's what the expectation of the people were. And that's why they were waving palm fronds and laying down their coat and just, rejoicing that Jesus had come to save them. Now, the same people who were rejoicing, not too long after that, were cursing. Even his closest friends, his disciples, disowned him during his time of being laid bare. So in our life, can we find any parallels to Palm Sunday, the celebration, and the crucifixion, being crucified, betrayed, laid bare? And then, from there, we go into the resurrection. But we don't want to be uncomfortable in this experience we call life, do we? We want a magic potion. Let's say the right affirmation and everything will be perfect. Yeah, right. How's that worked? But I grew up in a time when people really believed that. They believed that owning what is was negative. And so what happens with that is you spiritually bypass healing. In order to heal, you have to accept what is going on right in your life right now. You don't have to wallow in it. You don't have to stay there. But you have to tell the truth about it. And when you tell the truth about it, and when a trusted companion reflects back to you the truth of who you are, the strength and the power that lies within you, then somehow you're empowered to take the next step forward. Does that make sense? Can we avoid crucifixion? Can we embrace crucifixion? I don't want to. If I'm telling the truth, I want you all to love me and like me and go, yay, Carla. I don't want you to put me up on a cross and say, this is where you hurt me. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is the mistake you made. So in order to get down from that cross, I got to do it myself. Even if I don't know how, even if I don't think I can, even if I'm not willing. I've got to get down myself. And then in the tomb, everything becomes integrated. We cross out the egoic chatter we have in our head. Some of us have really interesting chatter. I know I do. And when I watch that chatter, I think to myself, is this a thought worth thinking? Is this an emotion worth expressing? Is this who I truly believe I am? Because I believe my purpose here on planet Earth is to be an opening for something good, more love to flow through, more inspiration to come forth. I want the meditations of my heart and the words of my mouth to be words that bless and heal. I want to be able to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. Now, I'm pretty direct, so I think I've done that. But I do it in full love, knowing that we're in it together. This soup we call life, we're in it together. Do you know last Sunday what I asked you to do? Fill out those pieces of paper. The contribution and the impact. Do you know how many pieces of paper I got? 51 out of 82 people. 51. Do you think there's a lack of commitment here? No, I'm speaking this out into the universe, saying, any of you ministers listening, hey, I'm just saying, this community is alive and it's thriving and it's willing to own its stuff and step forward. So I've compiled the 52 responses, and I've compiled, well, I had the compilation of the 35 people on Saturday. So I have spent many hours synthesizing what you said and coming up with what I hear you saying is your why, your cause célèbre, your purpose here, and your vision. So next Sunday, Easter Sunday, we'll roll that out. And this isn't Reverend Carla telling you, you have to accept this. This is Reverend Carla saying, this is who I see you are. And then you can say yes or no. But we're not going to wordsmith it anymore, are we, board? I did have the support of two amazing leaders in the Unity movement work with me on this synthesis. They listened to every single word you wrote down. We prayed about it. We opened ourselves up. And the vision, the mission, and the core values are what came forth from what you said was the truth of you right here, right now. It's not aspirational. Who do you want to be in the future? The vision has some aspiration in it, but your mission is right here, right now. Who are we? And so you got to come back Easter and find out who you are. Oh, I hope I didn't set up the Sunday school teachers for a rough lesson, but our kids hear words like born again. What does that mean? Am I not born again? I don't hear that in church or in Sunday school. But what does that mean? The beauty of the Unity message for children and adults is any day you want, you can let go and be resurrected. You can be born again. So holding on to guilt and shame has blocked so much of our personal God-given power to express in the world. So I'm not saying don't look at what you feel guilty about. I'm just saying don't stay there. Because principle tells us there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. We are forgiven because we are alive. We've been given life as an expression of God. We don't have to do anything to our higher power in order to forgive, but we have to do the internal work of forgiving ourselves and forgiving our neighbor. So to me, Jesus' three messages that I hold on to are love, service, and forgiveness. We don't even have to do forgiveness if we do the first one. Service is giving. When you give of yourself, you're more engaged in life, right? Sitting alone at home watching TV, do you feel more life going through your veins? Kind of depends on what I've done during the day. I like Netflix at night. I just can't take anything more external. I just want to be in the presence of something else, and I want my busy mind to be occupied while my heart opens for inspiration and for wisdom. So love, give, serve, forgive. Those are the big messages of this week. Please remember Friday night is a special service, Good Friday, that the prayer chaplains are putting on. So if you feel so inclined, come and be with the last words we are told Jesus spoke. We are told this, not as a fact, but as a metaphor for how to live life. When you say, I am finished, or it is finished, you let it go. You don't dig it back up again and tell your next neighbor. You know, we keep repeating stories that are old. So how do we embrace the new? Well, through going through the crucifixion, by praying, by meditating, by willing to allow the stone around our heart to burst free. All the work happens here. We think it happens here. And this is a very busy tool, and it is a practical tool to use after your heart is opened, after you figure out what's meaningful to you in your life, what my purpose is. Then engage the logical linear mind to strategize what's next. But rational mind will never tell you what your purpose is or what's meaningful to you in your life. So join with me this week as we do that prayer and meditation of knowing from celebration we're called to be new by the end of the week. Are you willing? 1 week. Are we willing? Okay, my friends, game on. Let's play together.